Hi there, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us. State champ men, 3 rounds down. It's about 1/6 of the season already. That's how quick it goes, Jeffo. Just bang like that.
Yeah.
I've got a big stat for you, by the way, on Diamond Valley. A lot of people talking Diamond Valley up at the moment in state champ men.
Up and about.
I'm just going to tell everyone today, just settle down. Just settle down. Just chill out a little bit. Just wait for it. Diamond Valley 88 defeated Bulleen 61, 50-28 second half. Got this win for DV. They're now 5-0, by the way, Diamond Valley. Bulleen just can't play 4 quarters. It's as simple as that. They cannot put 4 quarters of basketball together.
No, I think it was pretty close in the first quarter, and then I think Diamond Valley just kind of went.
Same against Hawthorn the week before.
Cruised away.
Just can't play 40 minutes. What do you do, Steve? Give him some advice.
Well, look, I've never been a head coach in this sort of area, so I don't really.
So you're saying move on to game number 2, can you?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't feel like it's my position to give them advice.
No, it's a very good point. Eltham 69 went down to Ringwood 77. We said this would be a grind. It's the way Eltham play. Benny Waldron 17 and 11 for Ringwood. Nate Champion 19. Logan Lyle. Now remember last week we spoke about Logan Lyle. I think it was against
Werribee.
It was against Werribee. Werribee allowed 18 3-point attempts and he hit 12 of them. 18.
Yeah.
You remember that last week?
Yeah. What do you have this week?
Well, this week he put up 5 3-point attempts. He hit one of them. He had 5 points for the game. He only took 6 shots in total for the game. Now, that is the difference, straight out, the difference between the style of defence that Eltham plays, clearly, compared to Werribee. Clearly.
Yeah, well, I think as soon as they saw 12 of 18 the week before, they would have thought
put someone on
of
him.
locking him down.
Put someone on him.
Maybe carry ahead.
Ringwood home by 8. Eltham still without a win. We know they've had a tough start to the season. Believe me, it doesn't get any easier this week.
Is this the opposite to Diamond Valley's theory?
Well, we'll come back to that. McKinnon 90 got their first win of the season, defeated Werribee 81. Jeremy Smith 24 for Werribee. He's had a very good start to the season. It was only a matter of time before Dylan Stith got going. 25 points. ABK 22 points. Casey Walker 21. The big 3 stood up for McKinnon. From all reports out of this game, it was a win, but still the Cougars did not look that good. Interesting.
Yeah, considering some of the big losses which Werribee had over the last couple of weeks, I would have. I was actually expecting McKinnon to get it more than a 9-point win.
Sometimes you got to win ugly though, Jeffo.
Yeah, because a win's a win at this stage.
Because let's see what they did on Sunday in just a moment. Knox 94 defeated Hume City 81. Arguably the best import duo in state champ men. Rose had 30, Polk had 26, 56 between them. JB 25 for Hume City, Lee Jecker had 20. If those 2 players are up and about for Knox, they're going to be hard to stop all season, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right, and I would even go one step further than that, and I'd say right now, what are we, 3 rounds in?
3 rounds in.
Brandon Polk would be one of the favourite.
Really?
For MVP?
It's an early call. It's an early call.
Right now.
He's a very good player, but there's some good players in this competition.
Some outstanding players, but I'd say his first 3 weeks have been
very good.
That's a step higher than the rest of them,
If you were voting after 3 rounds, he'd be right up there, Steve-o. Long way to go, though. Ringwood 123 defeated Whittlesea 74. Ringwood, I think, have put up 235 points in their last 2 home games.
Yeah, they had 7 people in double figure scoring, and that's
a fair bit, isn't it?
I think everyone just.
And it was a pretty even spread, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was no.
They've got bigger rings at Ringwood, don't they?
Is that what it is?
I think
it's called the rings.
What about the other team?
Ronald Lucas had 23. That's right. Same for them. That's a very good point. It's about a 50-point win. That's a fair smashing in any competition in the Big V.
Well, yeah, big Ronnie had 23 points in 24
Mm.
minutes. He fouled out though, so. That probably hurt Whittlesea a little bit.
It's the American curse, isn't it? The old 5 fouls. Waverley 96 defeated Hawthorn 79. I'm going to have a crack at the Falcons in a second.
Okay.
DKD, Dexter Curtis-Drew had 25. Hodgson had 23 and 16. Good to see him back there after the Adelaide tour of China. Jack Barry, Barb Barry's boy, had 18 points for Hawthorn. Now, Waverley. It seems to be a similar pattern with Waverley year after year. I don't know
What is
whether.
that?
Well, I don't know whether it's an unwritten rule out there, but literally they just do what they have to do. They just coast for so long in a game, and then I mean they should have smashed Hawthorn. Like seriously, it's almost as if light bulb moment at some stage during the game. They all look at each other and they go, "All right, let's put the foot down for 3 minutes here and let's win the game."
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but Waverley, for God's sake, play 40 minutes the way that we know you can do. They don't do it,
But
Steve.
is that a problem? Like, are you really annoyed at that?
Ringwood, 123, Whittlesea, 74.
Yeah.
Waverley can pound teams, Steve. They
Ring-
can smash them.
Ringwood, 1 win. Waverley.
Oh, I
one win.
understand that, but Waverley can pound teams. They can seriously belt them. They just seem to coast and do what they have to do just to get over the line. And
I don't have a problem with that.
No, but hang on, Steve. That may work against a Hawthorn,
Yeah.
but it's not going to work against the best teams in the competition.
No, of course not.
Waverley
This
should
is
come
why-
out and be at their best every single time they hit the floor.
Yeah, so I don't-
You're happy to coast.
Yeah, I'm happy to coast. If you're playing the teams like Hawthorn, and we know 17 points, they're still beating them by a considerable margin. If we coast against those teams, we, save.
Well, let's see what
save
DV
players,
did to
save
Hawthorn
minutes,
the following
save
day.
injuries. We just sort of coast. It's fine.
Are you as a player? Are you happy to coast as a player? Like seriously?
I find it pretty hard to coast as a player.
Yeah.
I get a bit of white line fever, but
The
I
Waverley
can
boy.
see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
If you can
It's
conserve
a win's a
some,
win. I get it.
get the
But,
bench guys some run.
but the
and-
Waverley boys
Oh.
will admit it. You run into them, and they go, "Oh yeah, we did what we had to do."
yeah,
Exactly, because that's.
They did
Okay.
that. They
All
did
right.
that to us in the tournament.
I
as well.
want to see Waverley smash teams because they're good enough to do it. Clearly good enough to do it. I want to see him belt teams to smithereens.
It's a challenge to him.
Oh, go and do it. Corio Bay, 82, went down to McKinnon, 88. It was returning to the scene of last year's grand final victory. McKinnon got the win on Saturday night. Some people said they just, they were okay. Jeez, they came out on Sunday. They were bloody great. Dylan Stith, 26 and 10. Casey Walker back against his old team
Yep.
at the old venue, 26. ABK had 21, so the big three stood up. Trevon Clayton, 19. Dondre Walker, 19 for Crow Bay. That is a ripping win for the Cougars.
Yeah, an interesting stat I found was that Corio Bay actually took 17 more shots, and that included 38 three-point attempts, which is a lot.
That's a lot.
Large number.
They held Jason Reardon pretty well as well.
Yeah, he didn't shoot the normal percentages that he does. So I don't know who was guarding him, but they did a pretty good job.
Interesting to see the two imports and ABK, who is a great Australian talent. Those three a massive weekend,
I was about to say, is there a common trend that may start to occur with McKinnon
no doubt.
with the big three
Yep.
standing up? You're going to get a W. One or two of them, or potentially three of them all falling off, you're not going to see results?
No, I think those three are absolute key to McKinnon's chances this season. Last game, Hawthorn 64, went down by 33 to Diamond Valley. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what Waverley should have done the night before, Steve-O. That's where I'm coming from. Ryan Vilmont, 25 points for Diamond Valley. Ladder.
Thing was, Diamond Valley were actually coasting. It's just Hawthorn played on back-to-back. So they were a little bit worse for
Ladder.
wear.
Steve-O. We're talking about Waverley here. Let's go. Ladder.
Diamond Valley 5 and zip.
Now, I'm going to come back to that in a moment. Okay? Go.
Knox 3 and zip. Waverley 4 and zip. Corio Bay 3 and 1. Ringwood 3 and 2. Hume City and McKinnon locked at 2 and 2. Werribee and Hawthorn both 1 and 3. Eltham and Whittlesea 0 and 4. Bulleen 0 and 3.
So, the bottom five on the ladder, Werribee, Hawthorn, Eltham, Bulleen, Whittlesea. They're the bottom five.
Yep.
Diamond Valley are 5 and zip. I don't want to deflate their ties. They've had a cracking start to
Yes,
the
you
season.
do.
No, I don't. No, I do
It's
not.
coming.
No, you can only beat those who you're up against, okay? Diamond Valley have had a soft draw to start the season.
There it
bar
is.
one. Bar one. Great win against Ringwood. Don't get me wrong. Cracking
Yeah.
win against Ringwood. In their next two games, Diamond Valley play Werribee and Whittlesea, both in the bottom five.
Okay, so
Okay.
Chalk them up as wins.
So let's say they're 7 and zip.
Yep.
Of those 7 and zip, should they get there, 6 of those games, 6 of those wins have come against teams currently in the bottom 5. So the one outside of that is Ringwood, which is a great win. I acknowledge it, it's a great win, but they're still to play. Knox, Waverley, Corio Bay, Hume City, McKinnon. All I'm saying, great start Diamond Valley. You can only beat those you're up
Yeah.
against. But when you look at how the ladder looks after 3 rounds, they've been playing the bottom teams, bar Ringwood.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fair.
so that's the test. That's the test for Diamond Valley. We start seeing them beat the Knoxes and the Waverleys, the Cryo Bays,
Consistently,
and they beat Ringwood, so they can do it. Don't get me wrong, but they could literally be 7-zip, and 6 of those wins will be against teams in the bottom 5. Interesting. Is that not a good stat? Or
That is a great stat, Justin.
well, Steve
You've
put
done
it together for me. I'm just articulating it. That's all. Let's have a look at round 4 games. Saturday, Hume City, Waverley.
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 Well, I'm putting it on Waverley this week because Hume City are a very good team, especially on their home deck. Waverley, I know what you're capable of doing, and you know what you're capable of doing. Come out and give us 40 minutes because I think Waverley can beat any team in the competition. No more coasting. Put the foot down. Do what a Ringwood does when they put the foot down. I'm going Waverley to win as well, Steve. Eltham McKinnon. I said it doesn't get any easier for Eltham.
I'm going to tip Eltham.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see what McKinnon did
Yeah,
last week?
I definitely did, and that was
Cryo Bay last Sunday?
outstanding.
Okay. This will be good.
And to be honest, I'll kick myself because I think McKinnon are just starting to get it together as well. But I think Eltham, in the position they are, they're on their home floor. This is a big test, and this is the one they can get.
I think they're one of, if not the best defensive teams in the competition. I've been saying that for a couple of years. They really knuckle down hard indeed. They're going to need to do that to beat McKinnon. I think ominous signs with Stith and Walker in particular getting a hold of it last week. I'm going the Cougars.
Yeah, well, I'm going to actually agree with Steve on this one. I think
Wow.
Eltham have had a tough run, and they've shown they can be really competitive against those top sides.
Have you ever heard the saying
And they're due for a win.
Have you ever heard the saying in sport, you're only as good as your last game? McKinnon beat Cryo Bay at Cryo Bay. And you two
That's
have
a
just
good
jumped
win.
straight
That's a
off
good
them.
win.
Eltham hasn't won a game in 4. You've just jumped straight off McKinnon.
Well, it's always good to support an underdog.
I'm staggered. Matty Brooks will be replaying this crap right throughout the week. That's
He's got
incredible.
the projector up in the change room
That's
this weekend.
incredible. I don't know how you can do that. Cryo Bay take on Hawthorn. I'm going with Cryo Bay to bounce back. You reckon Timo saw that result? McKinnon beat Cryo Bay. You reckon he's just had a huge gulp and thought,
Yep.
hang on, where are we going next? I reckon the Stingrays
Yeah.
will come out steaming.
Yeah, they'll bounce back, no doubt. So
Very hard.
And I think they might have a very, very big win.
I'm going to go a 30-point margin in that.
Yeah.
30 plus. Diamond Valley Werribee.
Diamond Valley.
I think Diamond Valley. Really like Ryan Vilmont, by the way. Really
Yeah,
quality.
he's posting good numbers, isn't he?
Quality import. I think DV.
Yeah,
DV to go
that.
6 and zip. Sunday games, Knox, Eltham. Doesn't get any easier for Eltham. Who are you going
Knox
for?
didn't have a game the night before either.
No.
Got to go the Raiders.
I think Polk and Rose will just get that one
Knox,
done.
that one.
Ringwood, Cryo Bay. Quality game
Really
out of
good
Ringwood.
game.
Remember, last 2 weeks at the Rings, I think from memory the Hawks have piled on 235 points.
And they will put another 100 up this week.
Oh,
and win.
100
Yeah,
on
they'll get
Cryo.
100. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go the Hawks to win as well.
Why not?
I was nearly ready to tip Corio until you said put 100 up.
You got to go Ringwood at home, surely. Start favourites, Steve.
Yeah, they do. They start favourites. I'd say Ringwood by 5.
I think it'll be a close game. I agree with that. Waverley, Whittlesea. Now here it is again. Whittlesea, bottom of the ladder. Waverley, come out and show us what you're capable of. Waverley.
Nah, they'll win by 5, Waverley. A comfortable 5.
They are the only team that can make a 5-point margin look comfortable, aren't they?
Comfortable.
Waverley?
Yeah, by 11.
Hume, I want to see him win by 30. Hume travel to Hawthorn. I think Hume City to bounce back.
Bounce back.
Yeah,
So
well,
you're already chalking up the loss against Waverley?
I'm going Waverley on Saturday
Okay,
night.
fair. Yeah, no,
absolutely.
Hume City will win this.
Yeah, Hume City.
Hume City.
Okay, there we go. So state champ men heading into round 4. Get out there and support your team. So there's some cracking basketball so far, and some players are really starting to stand up. We'll catch up with you next week on Big VTV.